Morning. Today I want to spend just a little bit of time talking about atom notation and how you're going to be able to get a lot of information from it. So there are three kind of main atom notations, and one of them actually is just completely set up on the periodic table. So as you can see here, carbon is element number 6. It has a symbol C, and it has a mass, or atomic mass, of 12.011. Chlorine, 17, C8, chlorine actually, and 35.45. This is one part of the notation where you're able to get a lot of numbers, the atomic number, and the mass. Again, the atomic number is the number of protons from this. But also, there's two other types of notation. You might see something that looks kind of like this, where there's going to be a number here, 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 and then a number here. So two high numbers and a low number. Or where you're just going to see this kind of notation where it's going to be, again, the atomic symbol, only with the mass. And that's partially because isotopes and that allowance to have a different mass based on the number of neutrons. And again, different notations in that periodic table. So what would we have if we ended up having something like this? If you knew you had carbon with a mass of 12 that's neutral, and chlorine with a mass of 35 with a charge of -1, what would that look like? Well, it would look something like this. And what you have in front of you, again, carbon with a mass of 12, mass goes up top. That is opposite of what it is on the periodic table. The periodic table has the mass low and the atomic number high. You can see here that it's flipped. The atomic mass is high, the atomic number is low. And then carbon is, of course, that symbol. Now, again, it is a coincidence that it's C, and I have C being the symbol. This is normally how it is, so it's a complete coincidence. And again, you could also have it where the mass is highlighted, or you can just spell it all out. Same thing here, chlorine with a mass of 35 and a charge of -1. Now we have a charge which appears in the upper right side, and the atomic number is lower. Or you could say chlorine 35, or spell it out, chlorine 35. All of these mean the same thing. And this will all represent chlorine. Again, some people say it's redundant to say chlorine 17 because chlorine is element 17. That's a given based on the periodic table. And that's right there. Now, there's a slick trick with why this works. Again, if the atomic mass is up top and the atomic number, which is the number of protons, right, it's at the bottom. I'm just going to shrink this a little bit to make it look a little bit better for everybody. There's a nice trick. And that trick is this. If you, this is going to be very cheeky, so I apologize. If you subtract, and this is my sad attempt as a subtraction symbol right now, so I apologize. If you subtract those two, what's going to happen, if you know the atomic mass, and you know the atomic number, well, because the atomic mass is protons plus neutrons, you know that if you just subtract these two, you're going to get those neutrons really fast. And this works with a really slick way to get those neutrons, which is, again, absolutely incredible for everybody. And again, that's the power of this notation. And again, this is the charge, and this is the symbol. Take advantage of that today while you're going through the practice. And as always, best of luck.